Your business is in chaos, but it's not because of a bad system or bad strategies. It's because you have a dysregulated nervous system. And those with a dysregulated nervous system build dysregulated businesses. So how can you fix this? The 3 R's. That's how you can fix this. And I'll give you the first one in 30 seconds. But we need to recognize that this is not a mindset problem. We don't need to keep reading books, copious amounts of books to solve this issue. We don't need to keep hiring new coaches to figure out what's wrong in our business. Because ultimately, what's wrong is from within. It's the view we have on our world and how our bodies approach the world in the first place. So, this quick fix, this 30-second fix, where does it start? Well, it starts with our first R, recognize. And how do we do this? We stop, we sit still, we recognize what the issue is, how our body is reacting to the issue at hand. Let's say something comes up with a client. Are you taking it on board? Are you taking it personally? Does your body begin to tense up? Do you find your shoulders are hunched over? Your spine is crouched over? You've been eating junk food all day and you slept in until 11 a.m. Not the worst thing for everyone, it's okay. But how do you regulate yourself to make sure that the client is getting exactly what they want out of your business? Well, it's recognizing that, hey, there's something wrong with the way I'm approaching this world, how my nervous system is feeling in this exact moment. And by recognizing what this is, I can take the first steps, this first fix. So, recognizing. Let's start with your sleeping patterns. Recognizing that a sleeping pattern, you need ample sleep. You know, men and women differ, so it's fine for women to have that extra half hour to hour of sleep. Absolutely necessary. But if you're getting too much sleep or too little sleep, it's going to affect how you approach your day. So by starting your day with grace, by waking up, hopefully with the 7 to 8 to 9 hours of sleep that you need, starting your day with grace and recognizing that now is the time for me to get started is a great way to begin your day and to show up for your clients, for yourself, and for your nervous system. Now, a lot of us tend to jump straight into the coffee. Double shot espresso for me, please. That used to be me. So if you want to start cutting these out, because ultimately something like a coffee will give you that boost you need in the morning, which is great. But over time, this is going to come back. This will backfire. And we notice people getting very comfortable drinking 5 coffees a day. So how can you help regulate yourself to build up the fire within, build up that energy that you need to approach your day, not just with grace, but with a fiery energy? We can look at the pranayama techniques, 2 in particular. Kapalabhati and Bhastrika. Kapalabhati requires you to sit with a straight spine, to breathe in through the nose rather quickly, putting your hands up with straight fingers spread, and then exhale harshly, quickly, intensely through your nose. Now, by doing this 30 times with a 30-second break and going for 3 sets, this will undoubtedly heat up your body and prepare your nervous system for a big, beautiful day of helping yourself and helping others in the process. Now, Bhastrika is your second option. Again, 2 pranayama techniques to warm up the body. Now, this is sitting, once again, in a seated position, straight spine, and we're going to do very quick and harsh exhales through the nose with a very gentle passive inhale, once again through the nose, just like so. straight up from our belly, diaphragm, out through our nose. Once again, refilling that space with the air that we passively inhale, feeling your belly expand and contract as we exhale. So these are two techniques using pranayama to keep you energized and to get that fire burning. This is all part of the first R, recognize. Now, there are other things that we can include, different techniques that we can do throughout our day to make sure that this energy is still on fire, that you're there to show up in the best version of you that you can be. And once you do this, you'll be able to see yourself, see your business from that of the Hawkeye, from an expansive perspective, looking down upon yourself, your business, and everything going on within that space. You can finally find clarity. And we can look at this, we can view this from the metacognition point of view, to take a step back from yourself and your actions to say, okay, this particular thing that I'm doing is dysregulating my nervous system, and ultimately it is not helping my day. It's not helping me start my day with grace. It's not helping my business thrive. So consider where you are, whether you have enough fire in your day, reduce those coffees, increase the heating pranayama techniques. Now let's say it gets to the middle of the day. You want to start calming yourself. You've just been on a business call and it sets some triggers off. And it's tampered with your nervous system. So we're going to look into another pranayama technique. This one is called Shiti. The Shiti breathing technique is a cooling breathing technique used in pranayama. And the way we do this is we curl our tongue just like so, and we breathe in slowly through our tongue, and you will feel the cool air filling your lungs, your diaphragm and your stomach. And this is a gentle inhale, followed by an exhale through the nose, just like so. And hold, and exhale through the nose. Once again, this is a technique we're going to do 15 times, pause for 30 seconds, and go once again for sets of 3. This will cool you down. You don't need to go jump in a cold river. You don't need to go have a cold ice bath to cool yourself down. You don't need to have some chocolate to calm the nerves. Chocolate's great. Not saying anything against chocolate. Absolutely love it. But to calm yourself down after a intense or triggering conversation, perhaps some backlash within the business, calm that nervous system, and ultimately it will reflect in a very positive way upon your own business and your own life and the relationships with those around you. So this is all about finding clarity. The first R, recognize. The second is regulate. The second R, regulate. Now we've already done a little bit of this. We've recognized that we're in a space that needs to be fixed, to find clarity where there was none. Now we are regulating. We're applying the techniques that I just mentioned to regulate that nervous system and ultimately regulate a dysfunctional business. This could also be applied to your systems. Maybe you need more clarity in your systems, the workflows, the onboarding process. with something to do with client accusations, the client pathway. Are you making sure that your clients are in the best hands possible? Are you nurturing them from start to finish? You've recognized that your systems have been dysfunctional. Now it's about regulating your systems. If you don't understand how to do this, reach out to someone that does, someone that can help you. It will ultimately help you and your business, your dysfunctional business that needs the extra hand. And delegating these tasks that you're not good at yourself is imperative to seeing growth into the future. You are a business owner. You don't want to always be working for your business. You want to be working on your business. If you're not working on your business, if you're not seeing your business grow, your business is dying. And that is the reality of being a business owner. So we've made our way through the 2 R's. Recognize where you are. Understand that it's okay to have a dysfunctional business that doesn't have any clarity, because then you can regulate, our second R. You can regulate your own nervous system, and in turn, the business that you're going to be thriving in, once you understand that a thriving, regulated nervous system reflects upon this so damn much. The final R is receive. You will receive all the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your labor the labor that people don't see, that people that don't realize that you're going through. It's like if you were to live with a housemate. You've just spent half the day cleaning the house. A housemate comes home, sees you sitting on the couch. It may seem like you haven't done anything. Little did you know that they stayed up all night. They stayed up all night preparing dinners for the following day. Something that you didn't see. Neither of you saw what was going on. And suddenly, you find it quite easy to feel triggered, to say, hey, come on, are you pulling your weight around here? And from your perspective in that moment, it's absolutely fine. This is what is absolutely required of great communication, to be able to speak, to be able to bring to light the frustrations in your mind. It's when we condense, it's when we push down these frustrations that they dwell within, and within that dwelling, darkness appears. We stray away from the light that can help us understand one another that little bit better. That in itself is a very regulated connection that you have with someone. And when you both realize that these are 2 places that you can sit in together, you begin to reap in these rewards. Now, this doesn't just connect with a housemate. This applies to business partners, clients, workers, people working under you, and ultimately your approach to your business. Working through the 3 R's will help you understand where you are, what needs to be done, and how you can reap in the rewards, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of everyone around you and your business. Not only will you start seeing beautiful results in your own life, but you'll be delivering incredible results to those around you. And it's not difficult. It really isn't difficult, but it does require a knowing of what to do, of how to approach these different situations. And nervous system regulation is incredibly important for everyone. Now, we've touched on pranayama, we've touched on basic communication skills, but it gets a lot deeper, something that we're not going to touch on today. If you do want to go deeper, there are different types of nutritional needs, requirements that people can take and adhere to regulate their nervous systems. Again, based on whether you are feeling hot, fiery, frustrated, whether you're feeling cold, slow, or lazy. Maybe you need to blend, maybe you're too much of both, and there's an unbalance from within. And on that note, there is one more breathing technique that we're going to apply before we jump in to a meditation integration together, and that is Anulom Vilom, the breathing technique to find balance. To find balance between fire and cool is incredibly important, not for our own nervous system, but to enrich the lives of those affected by our businesses. How do we do this, Pat? Teach us. We're going to grab our hand and we're going to put down our ring finger. Now, we're going to put our fingers on our nose and readjust our hand position just a little bit. We're going to put our hands out. We're going to bend our pointer finger and our middle finger, and we're going to block one of our nostrils. We're going to block our left nostril and inhale through our right. We're going to hold, then switch over and exhale through the left. Hold, inhale through the left. As you can hear, I've got a bit of a blocked nose, so please ignore that. I hope you don't have a blocked nose. And exhale through the right. Now, if you do have a blocked nose, it's okay to just focus on the one nostril for now. So I'm just going to do that. And exhale. Once again, repeating an Anulom Vilom, the breathwork technique. We're going to go for 30. Have a 30-second break, and then go again. Once again, repeating for 3 cycles. But for now, we are going to jump into an integration meditation. So please find yourselves in a comfortable seated position with your hands in either chin or Yana Mudra, a straight spine, and closing your eyes. Inhale through the nose, feeling the air run down your spine and into your belly. Exhale from your belly, up through your lungs, and out through your mouth. Inhale. May we all find clarity in our own lives and our businesses to reduce the dysfunctionalities of the struggles that we face within both of those portions of our lives. to find regulation, to find clarity. Exhale. Inhale. May we apply techniques that can help our nervous system, to help us recognize that dysfunctionality and clarity can be transmuted, can be alchemized, to make sure that we are living our most fruitful lives and helping others along the way. Exhale. Inhale. May we apply these techniques, the 3 R's, to our lives, to our businesses, to receive the fruits in which we deserve, to help ourselves in helping others, to find a beautiful sense of balance and regulation in both our lives and our businesses. Exhale. Finding balance and seeking that regulation in our nervous system to ultimately have a great impact on our businesses is so imperative. A dysfunctional business, like I mentioned, is not because of bad strategies or not the right systems in place. It's because you don't have the right nervous system regulation applied to yourself and ultimately your business. When you do apply the 3 R's, you'll see drastic improvement in both your own life and your business. By delegating the right tasks to the right people, to making sure that everyone is on the same page, you'll see your own communication skills and the deliverables of what you have to give fill others, fill their cups to a place where they'll keep coming back to you. Keep coming back to you for love, keep coming back to you for value, and keep coming back to you for you. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. And I'd just like to say, get out there, play safe with one another, be kind to each other, and bless you all. Thank you.